Hi everyone, good afternoon. And today we are going to explore another fascinating biomes on Earth, and that is the grassland. So when you imagine wide open spaces filled with tall grasses and animals running freely across the plains, you're already thinking about grassland ecosystem. So there are types of grassland ecosystems, um, and as I said a while ago, when you say grassland, they are large open areas and, of course, dominated by grasses rather than trees. So there are two main types, and that's the temperate grassland and also the tropical grassland. But with this lesson, we are adding the polar grassland. So, savanna is a tropical grassland found in Africa. We also have that in Australia and in South America. So, it is characterized by scattered trees like acacia, home to iconic wildlife like gazelles, giraffe, cheetahs, and hyenas. So, frequent fires and grazing help maintain the grassy landscape. So, the savanna supports high biodiversity and dramatic predator prey interactions. So, just think of the Lion King in real life, and that is savanna. Now, there are features of different types of grassland. When in terms of tropical grasslands, these is found in regions with warm summer and cold winters. Example is the prairies in the North America. Prairies, Prairies in North America, and then the steppes in Asia. So the vegetation in this kind of grassland is tall, and then of course there are also short grasses, and depending on the rainfall. Animals are the bisons, the prairie dogs, and horses. Another, I'm sorry, what I described is actually the temperate grassland. Another is the tropical grassland, which is this one. So tropical grassland, it is hot all year and round with distinct wet and dry seasons. So soil is nutrient rich but may dry out during drought. So animals like elephants, zebras, and lions can be found here. And the most famous example is the savanna, which we just discussed. Next is the polar grasslands. They are found in the Arctic polar regions. They are characterized by severe cold and strong winds along with the ice and snow. In summer, several small annual plants grow. They, there are animals like Arctic wolf, weasel, Arctic fox, and so on and the like. So, um, for the food web in grassland ecosystem. So every grassland has a food web that keeps the ecosystem balanced. So of course we have the producers like the grass, shrubs, and wildflowers. Primary consumers like zebras, rabbits, antelopes, they are herbivores. Secondary consumers like foxes, hyenas, birds of prey. Tertiary consumers are like the lions, cheetahs, wolves. They are the top predators. And the composers, of course, are the insects, fungi, bacteria, and they are the one recycling nutrients back to the soil. So each organism plays a role to keep energy flowing through the ecosystem. Let's go to the structure and function and that includes the biotic and abiotic components of a grassland ecosystem. And these two interact, of course. The biotic, which are the living things, are the plants like grasses and shrubs, animals like herbivores, carnivores, and decomposers, and then also the microorganisms, which are very important in decomposition. The abiotic component of grassland ecosystems are the sunlight. Of course, they supports the photosynthesis. I mean, sunlight supports the photosynthesis. Soil, often fertile and deep. Temperature varies based on location. Rainfall, moderate, enough for grasses, but not for forest. A wind helps pollination and seed dispersal. So together, these factors support a unique environment adapted to fire, drought, and grazing. Okay, so importance of um, grassland ecosystem. So they are vital because they provide habitat for millions of species. They are important for agriculture. They're the major source of grains like wheat, corn, and rice. They maintain soil health and prevent erosion. Of course, they also help in carbon storage, reducing climate change effects. And lastly is the cultural and economic value. They are ecotourism and livestock grazing. So without grasslands, ecosystems and human societies would face major challenges. So for closing, grasslands may look simple, just grass everywhere, but they are highly dynamic ecosystems full of life. So from roaring lions in the savannah to grazing bison in the prairies, a grassland teaches how living and non-living factors work together in harmony. So our role is to protect and manage these ecosystems so future generation can continue to experience their beauty and of course their benefits. Okay, that's all for today and thank you.